Come on. For the next few minutes, let's go to work. After all, we're going to be sitting here, it's air conditioned, listen to some really cool TED Talks. But before we do that, let's get this kind of mental sense of accomplishment for the day. So let's go to work. Okay, so our first stop. Let's see if this one comes up. Our first stop. It's 5 a.m. You've packed your lunch, you've had your coffee, and you've hydrated for a long day out in the Central Valley heat. Today, you and I, we're out in California Central Valley and we're picking table grapes. These are some of the best table grapes a customer can buy. The interesting thing is, the customers buying them, they don't know how you got there or the effort that you made to get to the field. They definitely don't know your name, and there's no way they're going to know the strain that you put your body through just getting their grapes out of the field. You see, in table grapes, it's not all about picking. There's a lot of walking involved, and it's a lot of strain. Not to mention, you're working in 105-degree heat. Okay, so moving past that, what happens when you're out there exerting yourself and you're just crazy tired? It's hard work. Okay, so moving on, let's go to the next job. It's later today, and I'm hoping you show up to this TED Talk to hear me talk robots, hear Don talk water, because after all, those are two of your key priorities and key concerns in what you do. You're managing a nursery, okay? You're responsible for getting plants into the pot, taken by tractor from the potting line out to the field where they mature, and then after they mature, out to the shipping dock, okay? That's a lot of tractor driving. But you never show up tonight. And why is that? You're at home concerned with how you're gonna get your work done on Monday. Your nursery has been plagued with being short of people for the last couple of years, and this week is no change, no different. So, what are you going to do? You can't really justify taking people out of other high-value jobs just to sit behind a tractor and move your product around. What's your solution? Okay, let's go to one more. This one I'm sure you all understand and can relate to. We're out of the field, we're done working, and we are home now. It's 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and we've finished our chores, we've done our dishes, our kids are asleep, and we just want to relax. But we've got one more job to do. Okay, what is that? It's sweeping the floor. But you remember, you've got this nifty little robot to go around and do that for you. See, you've got help for your work. You've got something to go ease the load on your day. Now, while you sleep, while you put your feet up and relax, that robot's going to go do that work for you. Okay, we're done working, we're out of the field, you've gone to sleep, but now we're back present here. Last November, Hort Science, nursery and greenhouse publication, cited a 2018 survey. Okay, 2018 was a while ago, but it's still very relevant. Okay, in 2018, less than 80%, or just shy of 80% of surveyed nurseries indicated that labor was their top challenge in 2018. Okay, let's move on. More than 50% of responding nurseries indicated that finding quality labor was their biggest challenge. Okay, and it also prevented them from hiring. Okay, so what does ag do? Do you and I pick grapes, more grapes in the day? Do we work harder? Well, does the nursery or the nursery industry, do they go find more people in a declining labor market? No, ag innovates. As a fourth generation farmer myself, I tend to think ag innovates better than any other industry there is. Am I right? Probably not. Maybe a little bit arrogant in that. But what is true is that ag is responsible for some incredibly interesting innovations and impactful innovations nonetheless. Okay, so let's give an example of that. 2009 came around and drones became a reality. First they were a hobby, but after being a hobby and after people were tinkering remotes like this, they're taking them apart, using sensors, putting them on little $10 hobby airplanes. They were using them to fly autonomously. Shortly after that, the drone industry started to scale, and as it matured, ag was right there with it. First it was a fad. I was definitely deep in that. But then it became reality. And ag really leveraged that to find new and innovative solutions. Crop nutrition, disease detection, countless other ways that they can now have another tool to help to improve the environment. Okay? So beyond that, ag understands that not all innovation is homegrown. With that, they know that they need to be vocal. And ag is really good at being vocal about their concerns, their needs, and they love voicing that to anybody, A, willing to listen, or B, willing to do something about it. In 2017, about the time I was working with my cousin and we were now hacking a drone to make our ATVs work for us in the field autonomously. Burrow co-founders Charlie Anderson, Vibor Sood, and Terry Scott, they were hard at work. And guess what? They were listening. So the California Table Grape Commission, they were as loud as anyone, and their growers, because they knew that those pickers out in the field, they weren't always picking. They were spending between 10 and 40% of their time walking in and out of the field. Okay? Beyond that, a huge nursery, the nation's largest nursery and greenhouse, was right there in the thick of the conversation. But this time, he wasn't talking about walking. He was talking about countless hours on the seat of the tractor. Those are valuable people with far more to offer than just sitting on a tractor. What's he going to do? How is the table grape industry going to recapture that? How will that nursery recapture that? By 2020, I had joined Burrow, and we had launched and delivered 20 of our first robots to the California table grape industry. Today, fast forward a little bit, nearly 350 robots are out in the field working alongside pickers as they work. These are pickers, oh, and by the way, they do name their robots, just like you name your vacuum. It's working, it's helping these people. On any given day, roughly 2,100 people are supported by these robots. And it's not just in table grapes, it's out in blueberries and other fresh fruit. That means that not only can the grower and the employee pick more fruit, produce more fruit, have better quality, that employee can go home at the end of the day far less, fatigued than when they started the day. Oh yeah, you're still at home wondering what you're going to do on Monday. Okay, the robot behind me, I missed one. The robot behind me, or better said, the fleet of robots behind me, last month, they offset close to 2,000 hours in the seat of a tractor. Those robots, I estimate, carried or towed roughly 500,000 plants from either the planting line to the field or the field to the shipping yard. We're working to recapture that. So, what does that mean for you? I think if I were in your shoes, maybe some of you are in ag, but maybe some of you aren't. So speaking more to the people not in ag, the next time you pick up a bag of table grapes, the next time you go buy a plant that you're going to put in your front yard, next time you have that robot sweep your floor while you sleep, think about the products and what went into making those innovations a reality for the industry that feeds you. Take a little bit of time, research it. There's plenty of resources out there, plenty of hashtags available to research. Take some time and look into the picker. There's plenty of people that post pictures about picking table grapes. Find the person shaping your plant. Or look into the grower that is just trying to keep his business running. Or, if you're interested, look into companies that are risking their careers and risking their lives monetarily to start something good that helps the industry. So, after you do that, maybe there's a way or an effort that you have or some way that you can contribute to the industry. Hey, thank you for your time.